So 40 minutes ago, I did a video in my suit on the same topic, but now you get the bedclothes and the eerie, grainy look. I want to reflect about what the transgender movement, if it had existed 45 years ago, would have done to me. Age 13. 8th grade, when for a while, 5, 6 weeks, I did think it would be better to be a girl. The girls, especially the girls in the band, they seemed to have more fun. They were more sociable, more at ease. Kathy and Jenny and Andrea, they were the flutists at Sedgwick Junior High. And I wanted to be among them. And I felt like I would be more comfortable as a female. Why am I a male? I'm probably more suited as a female. These were sincerely held thoughts. And thank goodness I didn't act on them. And thank goodness there were no counselors around, as there are now, to urge me to act on them. There may or may not have been a sensitivity back in the 1970s, but even if there was a sensibility that even as much as you would feel for this wayward boy, you weren't going to indulge his feelings because his waywardness was out of line. It would almost certainly cure itself, and things shouldn't be interfered with. That is a good approach. If I were in the current climate and I had counseling, counselors who said you should emote, counselors who said you should act on your feelings. What are those feelings? And counselors who would call the other kids who thought I was weird, intolerant. And counselors who would call other counselors or rabbis, parents, administrators who were trying to bring me back to my initial sex, that they would be oppressors. If I had them steering me, I would probably be a candidate for suicide. Look, 40% of transgender Americans are suicidal. They have made serious attempts on their own lives, and that is just stratospherically above any other group in modern history. There's one other group that was like that in terms of a 40% suicide rate. They were Jews in concentration camps in Nazi Germany, Poland mainly, in the 1940s. Okay, no other group comes close. And I do take things seriously. I'm also on the sort of edge of, I'll try something that might be not always indulged in. And when I try something, I do it well. So this would not be a botched suicide attempt. And that's why I say there's a decent chance that I would be dead. What counselors today impel kids to do is not good for them and could be tragically bad if you bear out the suicidal statistics. Instead, counselors should be getting kids comfortable with the bodies that they are given. Okay, work on a few things, lose a few pounds, you want to change your hair color, fine. You want to wear your hair differently, fine. Add different clothing, fine. Maybe even tattoos. I don't love it, my religion doesn't love it, but that's not changing your inner self. Your inner self can be worked on within the outer self. That's probably what nature intended, and to be so wayward and dispense with nature at the expense of almost certainly your own happiness is very bad counseling. Thank goodness that the counselors around me knew better 40, 50 years ago. I hope we come back to that in this decade. I'm Mark Stewart.